Jakar, what's up, my man?
My good brother, how you doing, man?
Wow, I'm glad to hear from you, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've kind of been under a rock, so to speak, but finishing up my studies and preparing for grad school and all of those good kinds of things. So it's been quite the ride, but we are yet keeping our head above water and making a wave when we can. Listen, man, I just have to celebrate you for a moment because you're doing extraordinary work. And I think that all of the individuals that you have brought in over the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks, no doubt, man, you breaking records, Doc. I mean,
wow.
You're really doing something, man. I mean, you got Dr. King the Third,
man,
and the Reverend Haynes, and I mean, you bringing in all the heavyweights, man. So I just have to congratulate and celebrate you in this moment because that's really, really exciting.
Wow.
Really, really exciting.
And tell me about it, man. I'm pinching myself because in interviewing Martin Luther King III, it was almost like I was talking to Dr. King because I'm sitting there and just in awe of him, of course, because of who his iconic father is and was, and just going a lot of things going through my mind as I'm talking to this giant of a figure, Martin Luther King III. Those that are joining us, man, I'm so happy that you're joining us. If you haven't had a chance to check out our podcast, the Thinking Out Loud radio show, we encourage you to do so. I'm telling you, you just don't know who we're going to be talking to next. I guarantee you the guests are getting better and better and better. You thought February was awesome. March is going to be crazy. I'm telling you. Good to see you, Dr. Jenkins, and everybody that's coming on. I really truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the podcast. It's available everywhere. You can listen to podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. We're now available on Amazon Audible. Can you believe that? Audible. If you are a subscriber to Audible, you can listen to the Thinking Out Loud radio show podcast. Just want to take a few minutes to address those who are coming on. And again, my brother Jakar Amory is on with me, and we're just chopping it up, talking about my interview with Martin Luther King III. Guys, we just played part one of our interview. We're calling it Black History Leaders Masterclass, featuring global advocate Martin Luther King III. Masterclass. I mean, this guy, he talked about his dad's legacy. He talked about his mother, his sainted mother, who, by the way, he indicated that after Dr. King died, she got ready. She rolled up her sleeves and got to work in erecting the King Center and meeting with Congress, and she met with every senator to lobby for the King holiday. Very influential woman. And he was saying to me that something that was striking. He said that most of his life he lived as a single. What do you call it? He was in a single family. She was a single parent, so to speak, because of course he died so young. But at the same time, he was gone even while he was alive, because he was always marching, always protesting, always doing something. So he didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with his father, but the times he did spend with him was very impressionable. I mean, I just can't say enough about the magnitude of the interview that I had with him. And that was just part one. We talked about his dad's legacy. We talked about Coretta Scott King. We even talked about, in the first part we shared today, the current state of our country. and how the Trump administration has left this country in shambles, you know, because of the ineptitude and the leadership and what they didn't do, and because we're in this pandemic primarily because of what they didn't do. And Martin Luther King said that in so many words that Congress was right in pursuing impeachment charges against former President Trump.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is that Republicans still will not hold this man accountable. Did you see what was going on with Mitch McConnell? I mean,
that last minute sort of admission. But I guess it's completely null and void, because when you have the opportunity to vote and to ultimately allow your politics to reflect your principle, right? He failed in doing so.
Exactly.
I think there was a total of 7 Republicans, if I'm not mistaken, who voted to indict former President Trump. But I mean, it just goes to show you, I'm reminded of some of the politicians that Dr. King named in his letter from a Birmingham jail. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He spoke specifically about the moderate liberal, but I think that this type of analysis is applicable to both liberals and conservatives, for those who sort of try to play the fence. They try to have one foot on one side of the aisle, the other on the other, not in the name of bipartisanship, but more so trying to play the middle so that they don't offend one side over the other. And I think it's extraordinarily problematic, but I think it's a very, very interesting moment that we're in juxtaposition to the time